Well, welcome everybody. This is Kim Evans to Inspire Conversations podcast show. New year 2024. We are in our fourth season, and I am so excited to be here with you. I have a wonderful guest today, Myles Youngblood. I'm so up and coming CEO and founder of SFG Media LLC. So before we begin, let me give you a little bit of information about Myles. Myles is an up and coming entrepreneur, and I am so excited what he's doing. He is doing amazing things, and his business is only 7 months old. He has a multimedia marketing agency that specializes in helping businesses grow their business and their brand through video content. And look, ladies and gentlemen, ladypreneurs, business owners, we all want to have a seat at the table to where that we can leverage our businesses online. And if you're trying to do that, this is the company and this is the man that you need to see. He mainly works with clients who are already have an established presence online, such as YouTubers. He has a great team of editors and creative directors who helps him create viral content for his clients. And we all know YouTube is the way to go, right? So if you really want to get viral, if you really want to leverage, if you really want to scale your business online, this is the man you need to see. You need to see Myles Youngblood right here. Myles is currently accepting new clients who wish to monetize their online presence. And I'm so excited that he gave us his time today and to share about what he does and how he can serve you. Myles Youngblood, take it away and welcome to the podcast show.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you for having me. This is actually my first time on a podcast, so just look forward to our conversation. So,
I'm so excited that you said yes. Actually, Miss Cassandra, your mom and your dad, I know them very, 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 very well. Been knowing them for decades. And when she was sharing about your business, and it's like, oh my God, I got to talk to Myles. This is wonderful. You're basically so timely. You cannot be more timely right now, where businesses are going, where they're folding, where they're growing, where they're leveraging, and where they're scaling. So let's just start right at the beginning. What inspired you to start your business?
what inspired me? So I started so what I own is considered an agency, a social media marketing agency to be exact. And I started in real estate. I had a real estate agency, and I did that from about August 2022 to about or February 2023. Wasn't really having too much success. I was working for free, just trying to get my name out there, and things just weren't following. And this community and being in social media marketing agencies, like there's like a big community of people. And I actually have a colleague who went to Howard who started one. And I remember he told me, he was like, hey man, like I'm making content for this guy that he watches for food. Like he has like a food channel and stuff like that. And so I was like, I'm into finance. I've been investing. I've been investing consistently every single week for the past year and a half. I believe in the markets and stuff like that. So I was like, what if I reach out to some of the content creators I used to watch back when I was trying to day trade and all that stuff back in 2020. So I started my marketing agency in March of 2023. That's when I started. And then I landed my first client in June 2023. And it's just so funny because my very first client that I have was actually the first guy that I started watching on YouTube about how to invest. And so it's just a
Wow.
crazy full circle moment.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah,
That's amazing. So what led you to say once you was doing this and this was your first client to say, hey, this is exactly what I want to do. I want to establish a presence for online established businesses. So take us step by step. What exactly do you offer a client when they become actually one of your clients? How do you help them?
most definitely. So what I do is I take already established um, entrepreneur with an online presence, and I take their long form content. I typically work with people that put out like consistent long form content. Typically, at least, like I like to work with podcasts, and if they're not like podcasts, I typically like to do like talking head videos, like like if they have a news station, radio show, things like that. Or like I was talking about, the people that have stocks in crypto and stuff like that, they make like talking head videos and they make those consistently. So I take their long form video and I cut them up into bite-sized 60-second shorts and I make them look nice and stuff like that, because I saw a gap in the market in that the short form platforms like, TikTok was exploding during the pandemic, and they exploded so much to the point where YouTube decided that they're going to start implementing shorts. Like YouTube Shorts is actually a fairly new thing. YouTube's been around for over a decade, but YouTube Shorts has only been around for I think 2.5, maybe 3 years. And so once I saw that, that was an opportunity for my clients to get more exposure that way. I started to pivot and to kind of tailor my services to that type of content.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So you said radio shows, shorts, podcasts. What if someone is doing, say, courses or just say Instagram? I know I do Instagram short videos. Do you also work with established clients and businesses that actually do, say, 1 minute videos or 1 minute shorts on Instagram? And then you can take that and you work your magic. Do you also work with those kinds of clients as well?
Most definitely. So part of our strategy is we actually don't just post on YouTube Shorts. So it's our content strategy is to make sure to be everywhere, because the more places you are, the more exposure you're going to get, and the more exposure you get, the more clientele and the more reach you're going to have, and evidently the more money you're
I
going to have in
love
your.
that. I love that. Park that right there. Do you hear, ladies and gentlemen? He just said, our goal is to get you everywhere. Explain to the audience, what do you mean by everywhere? That's
Everywhere means for us, what we offer is we offer Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. So we post on all four of those platforms to make sure that you get the maximum amount of reach, because something that might go viral on YouTube Shorts might not go viral on Instagram, but something that might go viral on Instagram might not go viral on TikTok. So it just gives you more chances to essentially go viral the more platforms you're on.
I love it. And who's your ideal client?
My ideal client right now is I typically work with YouTubers. I really want to get into podcasting. Right now, I'm looking for my first podcast client. Those are probably the easiest videos for my editors to work with and make those look really nice. So right now, just really establish YouTubers, people that post content consistently. I mean, even if they're not a YouTuber, if they post like at least every other day recording head videos, I could take those up and cut those into shorts as well.
So what is the difference between a recording head video, Myles, and a short as relates to YouTube? Just so that our audience would know, those who may not be familiar with YouTube.
So good question. So what I mean by like a recording head video, I mean like what we're doing right now, like we're talking to the camera and like we're here. So a short is really just like a vertical video, and it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily have to have somebody talking in a talking head video. There are a whole bunch of channels that do this like faceless YouTube.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah, sorry about that. Those are my alarms to meet with my employees. Yeah, so there are different faceless channels that don't utilize talking head videos. So it's really just about the aspect ratio. That's really the difference. But that's really getting into the nitty gritty. But I mean, as long as somebody who makes content, they're consistently, I could definitely work with them and see where they're at.
So my question to you, as lady entrepreneurs, myself being in business for 27 years, and my target market is also established women entrepreneurs that's wanting to grow their business online. So why is it so important for us to understand content is the way to go, and not necessarily maybe doing Facebook ads or organic? Why is it that the importance of staying at the top of your game and giving content? Why is content so important in leveraging your business?
Oh man, there's so many ways we can answer this. So apologies if this is a little more long-winded.
Oh, do
So
your thing.
the
Do your thing. This is you. Do your thing. Do it.
so the reason why content is so important is content does like kind of like kills two birds in one stone. Not only I'm gonna touch on like the reach in terms of the reach, but also the nurturing. So in terms of reach, when you run ads, you're paying for those impressions, right? You're feeding Facebook, YouTube, whatever platform those impressions. However, as soon as you stop paying, those impressions go away. But with content, if you post content, that content is there forever. And that means that anybody that comes across your page, whether it's now, next week, a month, a year from now, someone can find it. And the algorithms are just like so weird that somebody could like just stumble on your videos like years down the line. Like I actually have I actually had when I was younger, like when I was 13 years old, like I had like I was trying to be a gamer, and so I had like a gaming channel. And I actually those videos are actually still up to this day, and that's my main YouTube that I use to watch stuff on. And to this day, people still watch my content from 30 years ago. So or not 30 years ago, 13 years ago. And so like content is just so evergreen. And then in terms of the nurturing aspect, sometimes, especially if you're selling really high ticket, like you can't necessarily just like put out an ad and then think that somebody is going to just wire you $5,000. It's going to take time for them to warm up to you to see if if you're credible or not. And the best way to, and a really good way to build credibility is through content.
I love,
So
you said it take time. And what have you noticed in your experience building your clients actually scalability of their business? How much time does that take? Is that like 7 months? Is that like 1 year? Is that 30 days? What's normally the standard that it takes a potential new customer or client to see your content before they become a buying client?
that's a good question. So I personally I don't make like I should, but I don't currently don't make content like my own personal content.
Got you.
And for me, like I pretty much just send sample clips of work that I can do, or if I have a client that is in a certain niche that like for stocks, for example. I actually just recently signed a client not even last month. It was probably like 2 weeks ago. He was a referral client, and he paid 3 months upfront. It only took about 10 minutes. And the reason why he did that is because he had already seen my work from his friend who was also a YouTuber. So that's another reason why like content is really good because people could like see your work.
Mm-hmm. And when you talk about content, and we talk about the shorts, on YouTube, mainly, how long should an ideal piece of content be generally? What's your recommendation? How it should be?
Well, in terms of shorts, shorts could only be 59 seconds max.
Okay.
So
9 seconds.
the content we make for our clients is no longer than 59 seconds.
Okay.
But it's really just about like I typically don't go based off of, I mean, this is just my strategy. I typically don't go based off of like, oh, how long is it going to be? I go based off of topics. So like one thing I've noticed with my clients is that a lot of people are into like, EVs, AI, crypto. Anytime I make a video for them that's on that, it always outperforms something like that, something else in any other sector. So I try to like, that's actually what I was doing before this call. I was making I was helping my creative directors make timestamps for our clients for the editors.
Love it, love it, love it. Wow. Okay, this is all good. You mentioned about reach, you mentioned about nurturing, and you said one thing that was really vital. You said that, it's one thing that you can pay for organic advertising through Facebook or
Mhm.
Instagram, right? You can pay for ads, but it's only going to appear as long as the duration that you pay for that ad. However,
Right.
when you produce content, content stays forever. So my question to you as we begin to end this, how does one keep or not that does one, how does content always stay relevant? How does content always stay up there for the algorithms to actually just keep it at the top of potential clients and buyers?
Good question. Good question. Honestly, the the right answer is just make good content. Honestly, like if you make good content, like you will find your good avatar. Like if you're consistently making content and it's not performing, then the content's just not that good. Now that there is an exception, like if you're just starting off and you're putting out really good content, really high quality content and topics and stuff like that, and you just made your page, then yeah. But if you have like an established audience and you're putting out really good content that people want to see, like your target audience will eventually see it.
I love it, Miles. So let me ask you this. Where can people get in contact with you if they want to know more about what you do, if they want to set up a consultation, or if they want to see some of your work? How do they get in contact with you?
Most definitely. The best place to contact me is my email. Email is M as in Miles dot Youngblood, all one word, YUNGBLOOD at SFG, S as in snake, F as in Frank, G as in giraffe, media at M dot Youngblood at sfgmedia.org.
Okay, and I will also leave that in the show notes as well. And in terms of YouTube, because I know people will want to go to your YouTube channel, Can you share your YouTube channel so that they could go to your YouTube channel to see your shorts and some of the work that you've done as well?
Most definitely, most definitely. My YouTube channel, it is at SFG Media 3.
Thank you. Um, the other thing that you had mentioned earlier in here is business investing in self-improvement. So how does that tie into the creative part of your company or what you're doing? Um, is that you're helping people that are in the business segment, also in the investing segment, and also in the self-improvement segment? So how does that actually relate to your company, those three areas?
You said self-improve. How does what relate with
Business,
what?
investing, and self-improvement. Those are three areas that your company specialize in is business, investing, and self-improvement. So how does that work with content creators in those areas that your business hope to support?
Most definitely, most definitely. Hmm.
So for instance, someone say that might be in the weight space, a potential client and their client actually they share with their clients on how to lose weight. Or you may have a spiritual, maybe counselor, or spiritual, a coach. How would that relate to, how you can help them? Can you help different types of genres of professionals, or do you only work with people that's in the business space, the investing space, in the self-improvement space is what I'm asking.
Oh, most definitely. Oh yeah, I work with people in all niches. One of like mo the majority of my clients are in the investing space because
Okay.
that's really just what I'm into.
Okay.
Why I reached out to them. But
Okay.
another one of my clients, I'm also into poker, and so I have a client that has their own poker training site and his own call-in show. So I really just target things I like, and the main reason why I target things I like is because I just have more industry knowledge about poker. I've been playing for 3 years. I've been investing for 4 years, so I just have more knowledge. It doesn't necessarily mean that I can't help other people in other industries,
Okay.
which is why I like to get on like an initial call with people just to see where they're at and what their goals are. So.
I love it. So, Myles, thank you so much. This is so amazing. I wish your business the greatest success, building brands through content. Content, as we know, is the way to go. And one last question I have for you before, if you like to share anything, is podcasting. You mentioned that now you want to reach out to podcasters. Why is podcasting or podcasters an area that you would like to help to leverage people to leverage their business grow with content?
Oh, good question. Question. Honestly, I just know so many good podcasters, so many just good knowledge out there, and sometimes it's like really hard for people to sit through long hour-long podcasts. Like I
Yes.
can do it, but I know the average person like doesn't like long form content. So I'm trying to get people who do have podcasts the exposure that they need in making, 60-second shorts and stuff like that. So that way they could still get their message out there in a cohesive manner.
And then also by doing that, that's going to help to promote their podcast show. So we are going to be talking because I would love for you to help me with my podcast as well to get it out to the reach. I'm on like 15 different platforms. But it would really be nice to have more commercials and to create more shorts that it can help to advertise my podcast, KME Coaching. We're also international. Did my first podcast. We're in Australia. We also showing our podcast in Africa, which is really wonderful. So I love your idea about getting into the podcast space and helping us podcasters so that we can leverage and be more global so that we can share our message to the world. I think that is great. I think that is a wonderful niche. Is there anything you would like to share? Any last remarks before we end the show?
Probably the last remarks I have is, it's been a long journey, long business journey. The past three years been just grinding it out. And then the last 7 months, everything came together. And one thing that I just told myself is that I only lose if I give up. So,
That's
yeah.
right. Absolutely. Well, you continue doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of you. The results that you've gotten and that you've gotten thus far in 7 months. What's next for you? What's your next? What's the next thing you would like to achieve?
Next thing, probably just getting a couple more clients under my belt. And then once I do that, getting my team to be like fully autonomous, to be able to just absolutely run the show without me having any oversight. And then once I get to that point, that's probably when I'll start freeing up, having a lot more free time to do things like content. So that's next for me.
I love it. Real quick, are you looking to expand your workers? Are you hiring now? Is your company hiring? Because we can also put that out there too. If your company's hiring, they can get in contact with you.
Most definitely, most definitely. I actually just filled the last two spots that I have, so I'm actually currently not hiring,
Okay.
unfortunately.
All right. Wonderful. And are you accepting consultation? So can people, what is the best way for people when they send you an email to get in contact with you so that they can start the ball rolling? This, you can share that.
Most definitely. They could just shoot me just a small blurb, briefly introducing themselves to my email, and then we could just go from there. And I'll just book them into my calendar, and we'll just have a quick 15-minute chat just to see where they're at and how I can help them. So
See, that's the way it works.
completely free.
Did y'all get that? That's the way it works. So, Myles, thank you so much. For those of you who do not know me, I am Kim Evans. I'm the owner of KME Coaching and also Integrated Health and Wellness. So, for those of you, if you would like to reach out to me, I'm going to leave my information in the show notes. I'm also having a live that's coming up on March 2nd. I am so excited for that for ladypreneurs. So, if you are in the Bay Area, we're doing a master training. It's going to be Lafayette on March 2nd. Myles, thank you so much for coming on to the show. And like I always like to end, I like to do a small kind of like a prayer I like to send out to people that are watching this. Please send it out to people that you might know. May you be inspired. May you actually be motivated. May you be encouraged by the words of this podcast. And God bless Myles, and may your business just skyrocket. And everyone, may you be blessed as far as the east, as far as the west, as far as the north, and as far as the south. And thank you so much for watching, and God bless you all. Thank you so much, Myles. And thank you so much for listening and watching Inspired Conversations with Kim Evans.
And thank you for having me, Kim.
You're so welcome.